The thing that stands out to me is the grit that we showed at times that is going to be needed throughout this entire year. That's what we're capable, and we have just scratched the surface.
Josh Adams, who gets loose at the line of scrimmage, nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, off of the hands of Phillips and into Drew Tranquils.
What an athletic play into the end zone by EQ.
Measure to the end zone, and it's picked off. Touchdown, Durham Smythe. And now down goes Kai at the worst time possible.
Welcome, Irish fans, to the 8th season of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan, coming to you this week from the 8th floor of the Corbett Family Hall on the east side of Notre Dame Stadium, where the Irish opened the 2017 season on Saturday with a dominant 49-16 win over Temple. The Irish offense scored the first touchdown of the day just 33 seconds into the game and proceeded to rack up 606 yards in total offense, including an impressive 9.6 yards per rush. But it was the defense that showed the biggest improvement over last year, giving up just 2 touchdowns in the game and coming up with 11 tackles for loss by 10 different players.
This exactly showed kind of representing what we've been working towards. Obviously there's need to be improvements, but I think overall we played fast and physical, and for a first game I think we did pretty well.
I feel like this week we were right where we needed to be. I feel like we had a great start, but obviously there's a lot of things that we need to clean up as a unit and get ready for Georgia next week, man.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.
Throw to start the game.
Gain to 33, and there goes 33. Josh Adams in the clear. What a start to the season. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You know, in your Thursday press conference before the game, you were so serene. I've never seen you that way. And we talked at a break during the radio show that you felt you had never had a team any better prepared for a season opener than this one. Did all of that work, did that preparation show up in this game?
I think so, yeah. I mean, in terms of coaches, in terms of support staff, all of the things that go into the organization of the game, there was a comfort level when we got to that stadium that everybody knew where to be. That takes a lot of the anxiety out of the game, and then the players knew exactly what they needed to do next, and that was to go play now and compete. So I think that was all teed up. The only uncertainty really was how well they were going to play. We knew that they were going to play hard. We knew that they were going to play physical, but we knew that there would be some mistakes. And then how would they respond to those mistakes? Those were the only uncertainties.
The offense was supposed to be good. Your evaluation of how they played in the first game.
Physical. I thought, you know, anytime you run the ball for 400 yards, you've got to do some really good things in controlling the line of scrimmage. I like the fact that we were able to impose our will at times in terms of 4th down and short yardage and again, running the football as effectively as we did. You know, we've got a slew of running backs that can all rush the football, and we've got to get them the football, and an offensive line that's big and talented, and I thought we showed that against Temple.
You expected Brandon Wimbush to be good, and sometimes it's hard to live up to that, especially when it's your first game at quarterback. How did he do?
I thought he did fine. I mean, we knew it was going to be an opener where there was going to be some mistakes, and I actually told him, I said, look, perfection is not even on the radar today. It's about really making strides, and you're going to make some mistakes. Don't let that get in the way of the next play. 6 seconds per play, execute, and then move to the next. And I thought he did a great job of putting the mistakes behind him and coming back the next time and making a play. You know, he's a very difficult guy to defend. So the great thing about it is just continue to work on good decision making, taking care of the football. He made the one mistake on the interception, and you know, I'm ready to greet him as he comes off to kind of, you know, get after him a little bit, and he already had the answer before I could even say it to him. That's the kind of kid he is. You know, he already knew the mistake he made, and that's why he's so fun to coach.
When you consider all the changes that were made in the offseason, how did you get to that point where everybody was so comfortably on the same page, following the same message, ready to do the job they were supposed to do?
Lead, you know, I mean, that's my job, is to lead our entire group on a day-to-day basis. And they put their trust in me to make sure that we put them in the position to be successful. I got a great staff, a great support staff, and we all are here for the same reasons. And that mission is to graduate all of our players and to win a national championship. And we started on that and embarked on that in January, and we have not wavered. And we will not waver throughout this entire season. And so today we talk about a victory against Temple, but it's only one step in what's going to be an exciting year.
And Dalen Hayes slings them out of bounds.
We've talked a lot of offense here. You got a lot of offensive playmakers. The questions, most of them, were on the defensive side.
Yeah.
How do you think the defense played?
I thought if you look at a couple of things in particular, rushing defense, right, 85 yards against the team that we knew was going to run the football. 11 tackles for a loss, which I think it's probably one of the highest that I've had in my tenure here, from 10 different players. We played 24 players that had 10 plays or more to get a lot of players into the game. 3 sacks. Those are productive things that we didn't have last year. We didn't play a lot of players last year on defense. We didn't have the tackles for the loss. We didn't get the sacks. And to get those in the opener sets a really good trend for our defense.
And of the 3 sacks, 2 by defensive linemen, and they heard it, they didn't get a single sack all of last year.
Correct.
How important is that going forward?
Oh, it's the whole change. I mean, it's who we want to be this year, so we don't have to be reminded about the past.
11 tackles for loss by 10 different guys. I don't know how better you could define a team effort, but I want to talk about a couple of guys that really seem to be flying all over the field. That's Dalen Hayes and Greer Martini.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you take, you know, Dalen, for example, you know, we ask him to do a lot. Drop into coverage, you almost had an interception. You know, obviously at the defensive end position, you're going to see a lot of things, and we ask a lot from that position. The linebacker position, Greer, Tavon, Niles, you know, they're going to get the bulk of the work in there. They saw a lot of different things. They had to adjust on the run. I think they all did a nice job.
But you emphasized a lot during camp, grit.
Yeah.
You had to have grit. When Temple started moving the ball, guys didn't start looking around and backing off. They dug in.
No, I think the time we threw the interception and they returned it all the way down to, I don't know, the 11-yard line or so. I think that's a great demonstration of grit by our defense. You know, that's adversity, and they bowed up and kept them to a field goal attempt, which they subsequently missed. You know, I think that was a huge play. 4th down at nearly the midfield stripe, where we come up huge with a stop, and then you know, a turnover there where Drew Tranquil, you know, gets a fumble recovery. So there were great instances of what you're talking about, of that passion and perseverance in tough situations, which you have to have. That equals grit, and we didn't exhibit those traits last year.
Dominating victory over Temple was the first dividend earned by the Notre Dame football team from the months and months of hard work the players and coaches have put in following their disappointing 2016 season. Much of that hard work focused on the conditioning of this year's players, something that was evident for all 60 minutes of Notre Dame's season-opening win.
We can't control what happened last year. It is what it is. We can really only control what's going to happen now, our attitude now, our focus now, an opportunity to showcase our total preparation.
Our mental edge is you.
Another season of Fighting Irish football begins today as Notre Dame battles against the Temple Owls. We'll also see the first start of the Brandon Wimbush era as the junior quarterback gets the nod here for the opener.
It's you because you have the skills and you have the strategies to perform at the highest level.
Good luck, fellas. Go get it.
Lock in and go have that mindset that we talked about, dominating your opponent today.
Let's go!
For the first time in 2017, here come the Irish.
There should be one word and one word only: dominance.
And looking up top, caught by Equinemius St. Brown, bumped out of bounds. Josh Adams in the clear. What a start to the season. Touchdown, Notre Dame. It is Julian Okwara with the sack. Go! Go! Winbush in the open field. Winbush makes a man miss.
Run it, run it, run it, run it.
Stays alive, stays on his feet, and takes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Puts it up top to the end zone. Caught for the Nick Wisher touchdown.
Like a Swiss watch, this offense. Perfect movement.
St. Brown in the corner, spins around. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has kept their foot on the gas pedal this entire game, taking nothing for granted.
Dynamic start for the Irish, and the half ends 28-10.
The thing that stands out to me is the grit that we showed at times that is going to be needed throughout this entire year. Fourth down stops.
Fourth down for Temple, they need a yard.
Notre Dame stops him.
There we go. When we turned it over, sudden change, going out there and coming up with big stops. That was built in January at 5:30 in the morning.
All the way down.
That was built on the Valentine's Day lift.
Winbush gives it, Williams scores it, and the Irish put up a 7th touchdown on the day.
The traits that you committed to were on display today.
As Notre Dame gets a standing salute here at Notre Dame Stadium with one of their best performances in the stadium in a long time as the team runs to midfield. Notre Dame wins the game 49-16.
Everybody has to be involved when you rush for 422 yards. Everybody. Game ball goes to Josh Adams.
First car you ever drove?
Hummer H2.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Michael Jackson.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
I love to draw.
Where is your favorite spot at Notre Dame?
My dorm, alumni.
Thoughts on the new video board inside Notre Dame Stadium?
It's amazing.
Player on the team most like you?
Brandon Winbush.
Get up early or sleep in?
Sleep in.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
The chosen one, Alize.
Favorite food?
Crab legs.
One thing you always hear from Coach Kelly in practice?
Good job.
Brandon Winbush.
Fancy.
Coach Long.
Loud.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Nico Fertitta.
Best singer on the team?
Isaiah Robertson.
Best dancer on the team?
Micah Drew Tedroy.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Coach Del Alexander.
Best dresser on the team?
Brandon Winbush.
Worst dresser on the team?
Miles Boykin.
Player on the team most likely to become a football coach?
Greer Martini.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
My teammates.
Equinemius St. Brown, you've completed the 60-second drill at Inside Notre Dame Football.
Thank you.
Over the course of the last 3 seasons, Greer Martini has progressed from a linebacker known for his excellence in defending triple option attacks to a player known as an effective and dependable playmaker in all situations. That transformation earned Martini a captain's role at Notre Dame's annual Echoes Award show in December. It is a role he has wholeheartedly embraced. Against Temple, Martini matched Tavon Coney for second on the team in tackles with 6, while also forcing a fumble. And as you are about to see in this edition of Mic'd Up, Martini's effervescent personality helps him fulfill his role as a leader of the defense.
I just want to dominate. Just put it all together. Like, we have such total preparation. This is more game prep than we've ever had, you know, so it's just all about taking it out. I just want to play really fast. Probably the only kid ever to have Bruce Springsteen on his highlight tape. Still got that flexibility, coach? Yeah! Hey, heads up. Hey, play a sniper. Hey, let's go. Hey, D, let's go. Let's get some energy here. He's calling 23.
Drew! Drew!
Play rifle. That's plans. Plans get a little fired up. There he's out. Good catch. Ball!
It's time now for this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Play of the Week. This week's play features running back Josh Adams, who ran for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns against Temple, including a 37-yard scoring run just 33 seconds into the game for number 33.
Gain of 33, and there goes 33. Josh Adams in the clear. What a start to the season. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Kelly. This week's question comes from Ron Harkins of Freeland, Pennsylvania. Coach, what does Coach Elko bring to this team?
Well, first of all, as a colleague and as a member of my staff, he's just a good person. He's easy to be around, great communicator, and you know, when you spend so much time in the building together, you want to be around good people. He's just a good person to be around. As a teacher, he's demanding, but never demeaning, and he is a stickler for the fundamentals.
This weekend, a ranked Georgia Bulldogs team makes its first ever appearance here in Notre Dame Stadium in what will be only the second meeting ever between the two schools on the football field. Georgia beat TCU in the Liberty Bowl to finish the 2016 season with an 8-5 record and opened their 2017 schedule with a 31-10 win over Appalachian State last Saturday.
Chubb and Michelle are as good as backs in the country. So, you know, with Eason and Fromm, you know, the quarterback situation, you know, they're not going to ask them to win the game. They're 4-star quarterbacks that we know about them in the recruiting cycle, so they're very, very good quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to stop those two backs.
Folks, that will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. We, of course, will be back next week to break down all the highlights of the Notre Dame-Georgia game. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish!
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.